So here it is, YouTube. I'm Roadhawk Wilson, welcoming you into my home, and I apologize if my voice sounds kind of nasally. I am starting to develop a cold. However, Rick and Morty recently released an episode that really tackled a very hard to discuss topic, which is love. And how, as human beings, we tend to have an imperfect sense of it. And spoilers ahead going forward for the most recent episode, but the two ways of love that I want to discuss that Rick and Morty actually argued the best, almost perfectly, about were parental and friendship. Like love between friends. And as the episode, clearly there's multiple elements in this episode that will result in some controversy around me discussing this. However, as an app that supposedly finds soulmates causes chaos on Earth, there's one constant element throughout the episode in which showcases parental love and how strong it actually is, and that is Beth's devotion to her daughter Summer, showcasing that she will literally go to the ends of the earth, that she will paraglide, that she will fight her daughter for the sake of her own well-being. And this, in my personal opinion, is showcased so well because throughout the episode it is literally Summer and versus her mother, as Summer callously goes from love to love to love. And you have to understand this is being done through an app in the episode, which adds a sci-fi idea to the episode. However, as we look at Summer and as we look at her mother, they begin to realize that by the end of the episode, they are at odds. However, Beth is still willing to literally fight her daughter almost to death in order to protect her from herself. And then you can ultimately argue that is not the greatest way to handle the situation. It does show how dedicated Beth is to her daughter's well-being. Now, the other side to this is the friendship between two people who might not have been the greatest. And throughout this episode, Rick has an adversary who is just as lost as he is. And yet, by the end of the episode, they challenge each other to think differently. And by the end of the episode, that friend actually dies, causing Rick to become lost and alone and feel his pain in ways we haven't seen in seasons. However, what this ultimately argues is the worst of enemies can become the best of friends. That old adage is true. And yet, ultimately, through the respect, the admiration, and the mutual misery of these two characters, they actually develop a relationship that's so significant to Rick that he gives up one of the most important elements of his life, and when he loses his friend, he acknowledges that he is very little without it. However, I should acknowledge that this is not a perfect friendship by any means, but can showcase a very Rick and Morty-esque kind of element of what friendship is, and ultimately showcases so much about what friendship can develop and how it can develop. This episode discussed friendship, love, and misery in so many different ways, but did so eloquently. I cannot say that it did not argue it almost perfectly. I highly recommend checking out the episode, supporting its official release on Google Play, because without our support, this series will end despite its popularity. So with that, I hope you guys will keep up what keeps you healthy. Stay healthy, be healthy, focus on your friendships. If you have a toxic friendship, don't stick with it. But I hope this was a powerful discussion for not just me, but for you as well. And I will see you in another video. Bye.